Hey everybody, Tim Norris here, aka GreyElephant.
And Carmen Norris.
And welcome to a quick review by GreyElephant Gaming. Today we have the honor to bring you...
Fallen.
Yes! And this is by Watchtower Games. Now, the purpose of this video is to give our opinion quick and to the point, but what should they do if they want to know more about this?
If you want to know more, actually see the game played out in real time in our live play.
Was there any fake or artificial time involved in the making of that?
No fake or artificial time.
That's 100% live time, baby. Okay, so if you're not familiar as well, we like to put all of our thoughts down on paper as not to forget what to say. So I'm going to start by saying, I'm going to create a setting here for you, all right? I want you to go back to elementary school, and you're sitting there in the school library, and you got like an hour and a half to sit in there, and you're like, oh gosh, you're looking at all these rows and these shelves and these books everywhere about animals and the human body. Ew. There's only so many times you can look in the dictionary to see if you can find the word fart to keep yourself entertained. It is there. And then your eye caught a book. Choose Your Own Adventure. Oh. That's new. I wanted to choose my own adventure. My adventure was going to become epic. I couldn't wait for my adventure to start. So you grabbed the book and you sat down, and the first few pages you had flipped through were kind of introducing you to the setting, to your character. And then you flipped over to the page and you're like, holy moly, I gotta make a decision. If I go to page 50, then, or do I go to page 35? And I'm gonna ask you.
Yep. You
were one of them people, weren't you? Because I know I was. You'd hold your thumb there in place and you'd flip to page 50. Oh. That's not good.
It's not good.
And
the tiger totally ate me in that page.
I'm totally going to page 35 because we did not want this adventure to end. We wanted to be victorious over this book.
Yep.
Finally, we have a game that gives you all that feel of when you was a child sitting there with that book. If you choose your own adventure style game.
Exactly. But there is no cheating by looking ahead in this game because your opponent holds the book. So good luck with that. As the hero, you start the game by choosing a character. This character is going to have a strength, which is going to give them more powerful dice, or perhaps more dice. Mm-hmm. So your actions, or you're going to try to determine which ability will be used. Is it going to be agility, intelligence, or strength? Which one of those is your character strongest in? So this is what you use to determine which path you're going to choose.
Mm-hmm. And each story card will have 4 separate challenges on them. And each character, your hero and your dungeon lord, are going to have cards that they're going to exhaust to be able to try to roll as many dice as possible. And for the dungeon lord, you want to try to match whatever possible, it's like if it's a stealth check, I want to activate a stealth monster because then I get to activate his ability. And as the hero, maybe you specialize in stealth, or maybe you specialize in strength. So you want to try to move your character in a position where those are going to be the kinds of challenges that pop up. As you exhaust these creatures, or you exhaust these equipment for the hero, you will not be able to reset that until the next story card appears. So it's so important that you really pay attention to what you are exhausting for what challenge, because you're not going to get that back.
Now, I just wanted to point out that the hero is guessing about what type of ability is going to be needed, but the Dungeon Master knows. So that's the difference. Throughout the gameplay, you gain experience by winning battles, by knocking out your opponent's creatures or their equipment. This experience can be used to level up your character, and this gives you another decision to make. Do you want... which skill do you need to strengthen? Do you want to have maybe 2 level 1s, or do you want to just level up and have 1 level 2 card? So that's another thing to keep in mind, that the level 2 cards are a little harder to get because they're more expensive. So maybe you should just go ahead and grab the level 1s when you can, because the Dungeon Master takes your experience away.
As you experienced.
Exactly. As the villain, you must decide which creatures to level up. And if you level up a creature that has wounds, you'll lose the wounds. Yay! But it'll give your opponent experience, which is not such a good thing.
Yeah, and both the Dungeon Lord and the hero are going to have power cards, and these power cards run off fortune, typically, not always, but they're going to cost fortune to be able to activate them. Or it's kind of like money you're paying for, or magic. Think of it as like that's the magic you have to expend. Think of it that way if you want to. And they're very powerful. I mean, these cards will take away, treasures. I mean, they could do all kinds of things. Take away fortune, take away experience as you experience.
Yes.
Force your opponent to reroll dice. I mean, all kinds of cool things. The other thing that you get is that the hero will get treasure cards that are going to become like more powerful artifacts that are going to aid him, like extra, more powerful weapons or items, or even more, better armor. And then the Dungeon Lord is going to have omen cards. Now these things are incredibly powerful. So, the hero never wants to see the Dungeon Lord gain these omen cards because they are never going to work in his favor. And if you see a Dungeon Lord with a fistful of these omen cards, oh God, just beware! It's coming down. It is coming down. So not only are you trying to manage the fortune tokens, but you have to manage your equipment, or your monsters, your power cards, your experience. Oh my gosh, so many cool things to think about.
Yeah, you've got to think about what your opponent's going to be gaining from that as well, because you don't want them to get those things. The story cards are all about getting yourself leveled up for the final battle. So you got to keep this in mind when you make your decisions. If I win this battle, I will get more experience. Or my opponent will get too much experience, or some kind of bonus that I don't want them to get. So this is when, you can decide, okay, I'm just going to go all out and make sure I just exhaust everything. And sometimes it doesn't even work when you exhaust everything, but at least you really need to try.
Exactly. So overall, I think this game is absolutely phenomenal. This is a beautifully designed game. It's got all the feel of a choose-your-own-adventure book in a fantastic dungeon crawl experience. The story cards are fantastic. I love how you can feel the story come to life. I love how you could try to manage your resources from one story to the next, trying to squeeze as much as you possibly can out of each card, hoping that the dice gods are going to smile in your favor. The game is brilliant. I can't praise it enough. This feels nothing like a first-time publisher. I mean, I am shocked that this is a first-time publisher. We have started the year off so strong because, in my opinion, this will be a contender for Game of the Year.
Well, there you have it. I mean, I agree with his opinion. This is a fantastic game. Check out our live play. Don't take our opinion for it. Watch us play it out in real time.
And what's most important about that, because I play the Dungeon Lord and she plays the hero venturing into... She's attacked my sanctuary! And you're going to see if she was successful or not.
And next time, I'm going to be the Dungeon Master.
That's right. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.